Is Jasmine going to be back for 90 Day Fiancé after Happily Ever After? I mean, listen, we've seen her story from the beginning till now, and we now know that she's got a child with Matt and no longer with Gino. Now, when it comes to Gino, we know that he's back for 90 Day Fiancé, the single life. So with him being back for the single life, we know Jasmine obviously can't be back for that because she's not exactly single. She's, of course, with Matt, unless, of course, they were to break up. But does this mean that this is the end of the road of Jasmine being a part of 90 Day Fiancé? I mean, that is the question, isn't it? I mean, listen, is there any chance of her coming back on 90 Day Fiancé with Matt and potentially even Matilda as well? I mean, listen, let's be real. When it comes to 90 Day Fiancé, if they feel like you are a moneymaker and you bring in the views, well, they'll bring you back in, of course, if they feel the need to. But here's the thing. I decided to obviously have a look online to see if there's any information going around right now. And we've come across this article here that is coming from an interview that Jasmine did have, where it says, will Jasmine return to 90 Day Fiancé franchise? She reveals her plans. So let's get into exactly what is being said here regarding Jasmine herself in particular. Now, it does say that since 2021, Jasmine has been a staple in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. She made her debut on 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, before going on to appear on the flagship show, The Last Resort, and also most recently Happily Ever After. Now, of course, her and Gino have been on Happily Ever After twice now. Let's bear that in mind. They were, of course, a part of last year's one with Angela and the rest of the crew. Now, with that being said, it continues here by saying, but now Jasmine has split from Gino, the man she married and moved to America with. The estranged couple is in the process of getting a divorce, and Jasmine has moved on with Matt. And of course, Matt is the person that she's had her first child with him with earlier this year. So we will continue to, so will she continue to start on 90 Day franchise shows in the future? And that's, of course, what we're here to find out. Now, these are the things that were said. Jasmine says, I've been told, I've been on 90 Day forever, right? It's part of my family, absolutely. And of course, she continued by saying, I'm an open book and my story is not over. Ooh, so if her story is not over, does this mean that Jasmine may be back for another season? Also continued by saying, this is a new chapter in my life, and if given the opportunity to be back on the show again, I will be willing to. I will be willing to. So that means, obviously, if an opportunity came for her to be back on the show, then of course she will be. But at the same time, I guess this means that currently there are no plans for her to be on the show. Or is that the case? And I say, or is that the case, because I've got an idea. But I'll get to that at the end of this article. Now we continue where she says, I love doing the show because it's like the easiest thing on earth. It's because, it's just being myself. I like the fact that she said it's just being myself, because that means anything that she does on the show that we decide to judge or run, she can never go back and say, well, guys, it's just a TV show, because at the end of the day, she's admitting that who we see is exactly who she is. Sometimes you got to be careful the words that you use. Anyway, she continues by saying, I don't have a problem because I have no filter and I just portray myself as it is. You know what? It is lovely to hear that we are exactly not mistaken on who exactly we think Jasmine is. Also continue by saying, TLC has not officially confirmed whether Jasmine will return to the 90 Day show in the future, but considering her story recently took a major turn, it's likely we'll see her back on our screens again. Aside from the show, Jasmine is keeping busy and told us she has many projects she's working on right now. Currently, I'm writing a cookbook. Interesting. Now, of course, I did make a video in the past regarding the fact that she may be trying to get her own cook show, because she was seen at the Food Network, of course, when she, I think about a month or two ago, when she was obviously posting pictures about it. And also on top of that, she has launched her own YouTube page where she does talk about, or pretty much show her cooking ability. So I have had this feeling that maybe cooking is going to be a part of it, but I guess here she's confirming that she is writing a cookbook. The question is, folks, is anyone of you interested in buying Jasmine's cookbook when she decides to release it? Let me know your thoughts on that. Now, of course, when it comes to Jasmine and her cooking recently, that's something that definitely did create a little bit of controversy, because she spent most of her years on 90 Day Fiancé as a vegan. And then the second that she got pregnant, all of a sudden, she started eating meat. But she did tell us that she was only eating meat whilst pregnant. The second that she gave birth to Matilda, she was meant to go back to being a vegan. And that's something that she never actually stuck to. So, yeah, there's also that part itself in particular. And also, people have questioned how well she can cook, obviously, food that is not vegan as well. It's as if she was never vegan in the first place. But hey, these are the things that we are just adding up with the patterns that we witnessed. Now, also on top of that here, it continues here by saying that I am just trying to balance this mum life with the past version of myself, the passionate Latina that likes other things, besides cooking and taking care of my family. I'm trying to find a middle part. There's more or less what I'm going through right now. So obviously this is obviously what's been reported here. Nothing is confirmed that Jasmine is back for 90 Day Fiancé, but nothing is confirmed that she is leaving 90 Day Fiancé for good, because at the end of the day, she's made it abundantly clear that the door will always be open if they ever wanted to come back for something. And also TLC haven't exactly said that Jasmine has been removed, so therefore that means her coming back to 90 Day Fiancé is probably very, very likely. But then I had a thought. I had a random thought. What is the one show that a lot of cast members come back for? Okay, what is the one they come back for all the time? And then I also thought, based on that, if Gino is coming back for The Single Life, we know that 90 Day love to give Jasmine the spotlight when it comes to her having a voice. So what show would be the best show possible for her to come back on whilst Gino is on 90 Day Fiancé The Single Life? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, don't get it twisted. I am not saying that this is what's going to happen. This is just nothing but an assumption. But wouldn't it just be perfect if they brought her back for Pillow Talk for The Single Life? So therefore she gave her reactions to her relationship with Gino? Let's think about that. And let's be real, is this something that we see TLC doing? Absolutely. And the reason why I thought of this is because you see, at the most recent episode of the Tell Herself in particular, when Stacey and Florin decided to obviously show themselves, and all of a sudden Stacey decided to make the tell all about her and Florin's relationship not being in a good place. Well, what did Sharon Robinson do at that moment in time? She then even asked Jasmine to give an opinion on Florin and Stacey's relationship. But why did she ask Jasmine's opinion? Simple, because of course, when Jasmine was on the last resort with Florin and Stacey and Gino and the rest of the crew at the time, we all know what happened at that tell-all. All of the men went after Jasmine for pretty much stepping out on Gino because she turned up pregnant, okay? And Florin, along with Rob and Gino and Josh, they all pretty much came after her. So of course, asking Jasmine's opinion on Stacey and Florin's relationship only made sense because of that relationship. So because they did it in that situation, why would they not do it with Gino and Jasmine being on Pillow Talk and saying anything that she wants to say regarding him? And I ain't gonna lie to you folks, I'm not really a massive watcher of the Pillow Talk, but if they put Jasmine on it, I will probably watch it just to see what she's got to say about Gino being a part of The Single Life. The question is, would you watch it? Because I know I would. But even if you don't watch it, it's fine, because if I watch it, that means I can report to you guys and let you know exactly what Jasmine is saying about Gino. And let's be real, Jasmine is also somebody that has made sure that even now when she's made her social media page on Facebook, she still continues to use Gino's name anyway to promote herself in other ways. So let's be real, I see it happening, but will it happen? I guess we have to wait and find out. Now with that being said, obviously now I want to know your opinion on the matter in particular, okay folks? Do you think Jasmine, when Jasmine comes back? But for me, I think it's a matter of when, because the door is clearly open. When she comes back, do you think it's going to be a case where she comes back for the Pillow Talk based on my own assumption? Or do you think she'll come back on one of the shows and it will be now her and Matt? Or this is the one that I really hope doesn't happen. Or do you think she'll end up getting her own spin-off show as her and Matt and Matilda? But I don't think that won't happen, to be honest with you. Either way though, if you have any other ideas, please do let me know in the comment section itself in particular. Now with that being said, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.